Welcome back to The Rewind. I'm your host, Spencer Tracy. It is great to be back for episode 35. I think it's been a week or two since I posted an episode, but your guy's got a job now, so he's not playing around anymore. This pod is operated out of pocket, so we got to do what we can. More importantly, I am long overdue, and my next guest here, my buddy that I've known for my entire life, going back to riding scooters and carts into walls in the preschool, Aaron Johnson, welcome to the pod. It's great to have you.
Thank you. It's great to be here. Absolute honor to hop on the Rewind pod, especially after, like a couple week break as I'm just hearing now. So great to get back.
Yeah. We're going to take a break from baseball. We're talking all football. We're talking the pigskin today. The NFL draft happened 2 weeks ago, and so we're going to be breaking that down. We are going to be touching on some baseball, of course, because we love our baseball. We're in season. But we're going to do it in a little funner. We're going to do it in a more fun way than you may be anticipating. So we'll get to that in a second. But Aaron, you've got quite the. You and I are on the journalism track, man. We are. I've been trying to do the best I can with my thing. But man, you've been writing for the Mercury News. You just got accepted and are kind of getting ready to go to Arizona for your Cronkite acceptance at the really highly praised journalism school in. At Arizona State. What else are you up to, man?
Man, that's really all I've been up to. I've been freelancing for the Mercury News. I covered San Jose State football there, just like I did for the student publication at San Jose State, The Spear. Shout out The Spear if any of you guys are checking this out. And then wrote for the Mercury News, covered San Jose State football there, and then I covered a little college basketball, very little there. And then, that's what I'm going to be doing, going to Arizona State, graduate school, graduate program. Excited about that opportunity.
Yeah, that's going to be sweet.
I also just want to give a shout out to Michael Dansby and Fernando Carmona Jr. for both getting drafted, former San Jose State players. Right. Carmona went to the Titans, and Dansby was picked in the 7th round by the Seattle Seahawks, unfortunately. But
that's all right. He's got a good chance to get a ring there. The Titans guy might take a couple of years, but who knows? They got Robert out there. He can accomplish anything on the football field. All right, first, my dynasty draft. It's a 14-team league. It's mainly Xavier alumni from my class, and I was tanking my team. My quarterback is Brock Purdy. My team name was Brocktober.
Okay.
Oktoberfest is very popular in Cincinnati. That's kind of what I was going for there, and I had the 4th overall pick, and I traded for the 9th overall pick.
Okay. Trade down.
Which I traded before the draft, but I think that should be counted in my draft grades. I think.
Okay, no? I will. I'll note that.
Okay. All right. So I was in need of a running back. Okay, my starting lineup right now is we got Brock Purdy at quarterback. My running backs are Montgomery.
David Montgomery.
And then I traded my late 1st round pick for Chuba Hubbard. Okay. And then my wide receivers are Tet McMillan, and Drake London. You could see some relation there to our dynasty. I also have Drake London on ours. My tight end is Colson Montgomery or Dalton Kincaid, whoever wants to play football that week.
Okay.
And then I have Kyle Monangai, and then my super flex is Michael Penix.
Oh, so you got the 2 quarterbacks.
That's 2 quarterbacks. Okay, so my draft. At 4th overall, I snagged Carnell Tate because Jadarian Price goes right before me. Okay. My whole plan is thrown into the gutter. Right, because I was planning on going Jordan Tyson, but I get Carnell Tate. I trade my late 1st round pick for Chuba Hubbard. Mm-hmm. Then I have the 18th overall pick, so the fourth pick in the 2nd round, and I trade that pick for a 2027 second, which ended up being Zachariah Branch.
Okay.
No 3rd round pick, but I have 2 4th round picks, pretty much back to back, early 4th rounders. I take Talon Green, quarterback out of Arkansas, and wide receiver out of Oregon, Malik Benson, who went to the Raiders, and Green is joined into that massive young quarterback room in Cleveland. So I got Carnell Tate, traded for Chuba Hubbard, traded for 2027 second, and then I got Talon Green and Malik Benson.
Okay.
Nothing crazy, but what's your draft? What are your thoughts?
I like getting Carnell Tate for you there because at least, in terms of immediate impact, he's one of like the few of those first round picks that are actually going to be, wide receiver one, getting playing time. Absolutely love that pick for you right there. Chuba Hubbard, I feel like has had his moments. I feel like that's why he was in the draft pool. I think at all. He's really kind of got overtaken by Rico Dowdle last year, but he still had some gas in the tank. I like it. I do. I think you getting Carnell Tate, that was the right pivot for you. So I'm gonna give you a B right now because
Okay.
concerning.
Okay.
And I am a little concerned about your super flex of Michael Penix. That is very concerning.
I am too. I am too.
Yeah.
I've been shopping him a bit, trying to upgrade. I took some risky. I made some phone calls about my fourth overall pick to try and get like a legit quarterback. Those fell through. Those fell
Okay.
through. Yeah.
You just gotta
But I
take what's
tried.
available. You gotta just take
Yeah.
what's available then.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, I just gotta hope Taylor Green starts out because I feel like he was a pretty raw prospect at Arkansas, but he's
Very
very
raw.
athletic, super fast. So I feel like hey, maybe they'll bring him in over Deshaun Watson or Shador, get some read option plays at some point,
That's right.
get you some points.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
They
what
made.
you got.
They said he could join like some wildcat plays. Thought that'd be
There you
interesting.
go.
Little
There you
Trey
go.
Lance in his rookie year, right? Kind of like that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But he'll be a stash. He'll be he won't play until for a couple of years. I don't think because like you said, he's very raw. So we have like a 3-player taxi section that doesn't count towards your roster. So if you put them on your taxi squad, they're just like prospects in a way to go MLB terms. Let's get into our new game that we came up with.
Okay.
Is it a 1900s player or is it my player?
Very excited for
That's
this.
the title of this game. That's this new segment that we're calling it. So what's going to happen is Aaron and I both have 10 players written down, each hopefully different.
I hope so. Yeah,
We have decades of different names. They're either going to be a real name player or they're going to be a player that we came up with. And the other person's job is to say if it's a real player, so they give a name, we give a name. And then Aaron would need to be like, okay, does that sound like something I came up with, or does that sound like something that is a real player from like the 19 or late 1800s? So there'll be like a certain amount of them will be fake, a certain amount of them will be real. You'll get the point. Aaron, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I can go first.
Okay, go ahead.
The first player I got here, Noodles Hahn. Is he
Ooh,
real or is he fake?
Noodles Han.
Noodles Hahn.
Is Han just H-A-N?
Yes, H-A-N.
Okay. Noodles is not a name you typically run into at the coffee shop, but definitely a name I could see on this list. I'm gonna say that's a real player.
You're going real.
I think real.
Noodles Hahn is real.
Yes.
Fun fact about Noodles Hahn, he had a career ERA of 2.55.
Good picture.
He was actually a good pitcher, and he completed veterinarian school while playing for
wow.
the Cincinnati Reds back in the day.
That's excellent.
And it is-
Oh, he's a red. Okay, good.
Yeah, Cincinnati Red, little Xavier guys.
Yeah,
lefty
saved my
and-
Cincinnati, my Ohio ties. Good for Noodles Han.
Yeah,
Great
and
pitcher too.
I know he acquired his nickname as a child, but he says he doesn't know how he got it. So in case you're
Okay.
curious, you'll never know.
We'll never know. Great name though. Okay,
Sense,
my
yeah.
player.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Dead Birthday.
Dead birthday.
Yeah.
Dead birthday. I'm gonna go fake. That doesn't sound real. That doesn't understand like having one nickname. No way his name's Dead. No way his last name's Birthday. I'm going fake. I think that's a fake name.
Fake. You got it. Yeah, that's a fake name. I
All
went
right.
I went just like I was kind of hoping you'd ask for the spelling of the name because I
Oh,
spelled
sorry.
it D-E-D.
Okay.
Like that was like maybe it was like oh okay maybe if it's not D-E-A-D I thought a little too much on it, but yeah, no, Dead Birthday is a fake player. Not a real player.
It's an absolutely great name though. I was just
Okay.
thinking, you can't have Dead and Birthday in the same name. It's one or the other. Usually with these
Correct.
guys, you
Yeah.
notice it's
No, that was
one
good.
nickname,
Good detective skills.
one real name. So that's what I'm
Yep.
going with.
All right, you're up.
All right. Next player is Brickyard Kennedy.
Wow, this one's tough. The last one, Noodles Han was like, yeah, that one feels like it could be a player. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it's real again.
Going Brickyard Kennedy's real. He is.
Wow.
Brickyard Kennedy is absolutely real. He played.
Please tell me he's a catcher.
He's a pitcher. I feel like all of my real players. I got a lot of pitchers here.
A lot of pitchers. Okay.
And then he said he played for the Pirates in the 1903 season. Won 9 games. And then I think he left after those one lone world major league season. I think he left.
Okay.
Shout out to Brickyard Kennedy. There's no background on his nickname on his Wikipedia page, unfortunately.
Oh.
But Brickyard Kennedy is real. All right, so you got 2 points. You're 2 for 2 so far.
2 for 2. Let's see if you can go 2 for 2. Pressure's on.
Okay.
All right. Rap Dixon.
Rap Dixon. Okay, this one's throwing me for a loop a little bit. Dead Birthday I was very confident on.
Okay.
Rap Nixon.
My confidence.
Rap Nixon. Rap Nixon sounds like a catcher. I'm hoping this is a catcher. Or at least some fat guy, I'm gonna go with real. I think Rap Nixon's real. I bet he played for the Boston Super Baz or whatever they were called, whatever the team was.
Rap Dixon played 12 seasons for 10 different teams. He's a real player.
Oh, journeyman.
He had 58 career home runs.
Okay.
And he hit 336 over that. He's an outfielder.
Okay. That's funny. Sounds like an old school outfielder.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to throw out there, Brickyard Kennedy, I forgot to mention this, was 4th most wins of the 1980s decade.
Wow. Brickyard Kennedy was he was top level.
One of those
top
people
level guy.
Yeah, one of the people in front of him, what his name was? Just the guy by the name of Cy Young. Just want that to be known.
Cy Young, wow.
Cy Young and Brickyard Kennedy had some pitching duels back in the day.
All right, we're both 2 for 2.
Yeah.
You're up.
All right. My next player is Birdie Cree.
Ooh, Birdie. How'd they spell Cree?
Cree.
Birdie Cree. Man, this is a tough one. I feel like we've really upped our game since the first names.
We have.
Dead Birthday looks really bad now.
Dead Birthday's a great name.
Really wanted to get that one. Okay, Birdie Cree. I'm gonna go real player.
Birdie Cree is real.
Wow. What
He
position?
spent. Let's see. He was an outfielder. He spent his entire 8-year career with the New York Highlanders, which later became the New York Yankees, apparently.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
He was the original pinstripe guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good for Birdie.
Yeah, played at 5'6", and he attended Penn State University for Birdie Cree.
Go Nittany Lions.
Yeah, the Nittany Lions.
Okay.
You're 3 for 3.
I'm 3 for 3. Let's see if we can go 3 for 3 here. All right. Your next one is Jazz Dixon.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to risk it here. I'm going to say you're trying to throw me off. You're going to give me 2 of the same names. You're trying to throw me off. You're trying to be like, oh, maybe it's his brother. You just threw it on there for no reason, or it's completely unrelated. I'm going to go Jazz Dixon's face. I think what you did is you took Jazz Chisholm's first name and threw it in with the last guy. You made Jazz Dixon. Am I right?
Yep, you're right. You're right. Aaron Johnson's trying to get his master's in journalism, and that is everything you just said is exactly my thought process when making Jazz Dixon. I was like, oh man, what if I just go back to back? This guy's name's Rap Dixon. What if my next guy was? I almost did like Pop Dixon, like pop music, but I was like, you know what? Jazz would be cooler. I was like, Jazz Dixon. Correct. Jazz Dixon is not a real player. Could be a real person, but not a baseball player that played in the 19 or at any point in the baseball era. So good pull. Great.
Thank you.
That was my big bullet. That was one of my bigger bullets right there.
Oh, wow. See, the thing is, though, that's what people don't understand is we've known each other for a long time. Like you said, we can tell how we think a little bit, which gives us, slight advantage, I'd say. But,
That's right. That's right.
All right.
Yeah. You know how
Ready
we
for your
kinda
next
think.
player?
Okay.
We're both 3 for 3 right now. The next player is Big Jordy Shuffle Putty.
You haven't gone fake yet, and this is by far the most ridiculous name we've had. Shovel Putty. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but I'm gonna say fake.
You think Big Jordy Shuffle Putty is fake?
Big Jordy Shuffle Putty, yes. Shuffle Putty, yeah.
He's absolutely fake. He's made up.
Damn, that one you were rooting to be. I was rooting to be wrong there. That was star-studded. Okay, next one is Too Tall Paul.
That's real. That's real. That sounds like straight out of the Chicago. What was that? I forgot that movie was. Chicago Black Sox movie back when they were gambling on the games. That movie, great.
Oh
movie.
yeah.
I forget what that movie's called. The Too Tall Paul. Right? That's the name.
Yeah, Too Tall Paul.
Yeah, that's real. That's a real player.
You think that's real?
Yeah.
It is fake.
No.
I came up with it.
Good name. Great
Wow,
name.
I thought that was great. There
That is
should
a
be
fun
someone
one.
named Too Tall Paul.
Yeah, there really should be. Too Tall Paul is a great name.
All right, go ahead.
You got absolutely saw a big Geordie shuffle putty. You saw that as fake. Next player is a Spec Harkness.
Ooh. How'd they spell spec?
SPEC. Spec Harkness.
Ooh. I'm gonna say real.
You think
Kinda
Spec Harkness is real? You think that's kind
I'm
of a
gonna go with
ridiculous
the gut
thing,
here. I'm gonna say Spec Harkness is real.
You think there's a guy named Spec Harkness?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you're absolutely right.
All
Spec
right.
Harkness is real. Born in
Spec
Los Angeles, California. He played Major League Baseball for the Cleveland Naps.
Naps. That's
The
great.
Cleveland Naps. So Spencer, you're 5 for 5.
I'm off to a good start here. My next player is Cool Papa Bell.
See, now you've read me like a book here. Now you've thrown me for a loop.
Mm.
Big Papa Bell.
Yeah. Cool Papa Bell.
Oh, cool Papa Bell.
As like cool as in a refrigerator.
I'm gonna go fake. I'm gonna go cool Papa
Fake.
Bell's also fake.
Cool Papa Bell. Cool
I
Papa
don't
Bell
know.
not only played center field for the 4 years for the St. Louis Stars, Cool Papa Bell was also on the bump. Now, his
Wow.
days as a hitter were a little brighter as a pitcher. He had a 4.5 ERA in 49 games as a pitcher. But he hit 325 with 1,500 hits as a hitter.
Jeez.
Quite a spectacular dual threat, mainly at the plate.
Wow.
But Cool Papa Bell.
Cool Papa Bell. Shohei before Shohei.
Shohei before Shohei. Shohei had his poster on his wall. Cool Papa Bell.
Cool Papa Bell. Wow. All right. Well, I'm like 0 for my last 2, I believe. Right. So
You got to get on a hot streak here.
you do. You could run away with this, and your next player is High Church.
uh,
Would you like to know how high is spelled? Before
Yeah.
you give this answer, it's
like a
H-I.
silent G in there, please.
No, H-I.
It's like hello. Oh wow.
High Church.
I don't think you made it. I think you would have disguised high more with the spelling if you came up with it. So I'm gonna say this is a real person.
Spencer John Tracy. You are correct.
Bang.
You are 6 for 6. And also, I just want to throw out there that High Church is by far the most obscure player on this list.
Okay.
High Church had 9 career at-bats. And he was on the Brooklyn Gladiators from August 2nd, 1890 to August 25th, 1890. That is less than a
Wow.
full month. High Church definitely did not think his legacy would survive this long, but guess what? High Church is here, and he is forever cemented now in the Rewind podcast in 2026. So High Church.
No one better. No one
No.
better to be cemented
Yeah.
in that. That is
Real
that is
player.
great. It was brief, but sometimes the best things in life just are meant to be soaked in within less than a month.
Exactly.
High Church. Potential cousins to Cardinals outfielder Nathan Church.
Could be.
Potential could be related. Could be related. Okay. Your next player his name is French horn.
That's an instrument. But now
More
the thing
commonly
is,
known as an instrument.
did you pick that to throw me off? I'd be like, oh, that's obviously fake. Or did you just write a player named French horn? I think you wrote a player named French horn. I'm going fake. This is where the comeback starts. We're going right now.
You're right about two things. You're right that this is
Oh,
where the
no.
comeback starts, and that French horn is not a real player. That is correct.
Okay.
French horn is mainly known for its beautiful sounds as an instrument, not
Right.
its beautiful techniques on the baseball field.
That's a good
Okay,
point.
you can go ahead. Momentum
All right,
is shifting.
It is. Need you to start missing some. Your next baseball player goes by the name High Top Howard.
God, these games are getting better. These are great. High Top Howard. I love how they just flow so easy, so perfectly
They do.
into the next name. It's like crazy name that flows into the next one. High Top Howard. I think
Top
that's a
Howard.
real player. I think he's a
Top
first
Howard.
baseman who just hit the stitches off the ball.
All right. You think he's a first baseman?
I think
He's not. He's fake. He doesn't exist.
Wow.
High Top Howard isn't real. As sad as that is.
Good name. High Top
Thank you.
Howard.
Thank you.
All right, your next name is Cannonball Titcomb.
Can you say that one more time, please?
His name is Cannonball Titcomb.
Canval or Canball?
Cannonball, like before you run into the pole.
Cannonball Titcomb.
Cannonball.
Can you spell his last name
Cannonball.
for me, please?
Titcomb is Titcomb. Comb.
It's probably like Titcomb. Probably not Titcomb. I don't know. Okay, you know.
Titcomb.
This is absolutely hard. So this is a fake name. You've done a great job here because I'm debating this. I'm gonna say that's real. I think that one is off the Google of weirdest baseball names ever. That one pops up when you Google weirdest baseball names ever. And if you made this up, kudos to you.
I really wish I made it up now. I could use some praise. Cannonball Titcomb. His name was Liddell Cannonball Titcomb. I guess he went by Cannonball, but his real name was Liddell. Cannonball Titcomb. He was a lefty pitcher. He was 5'6". Not exactly a. He's 5'6", 157. It's not exactly a cannonball type, but pretty good, decent pitcher. He started 62 games over the court from 1886 to 1890. He made his debut at age 19.
Wow,
just a kid.
Just a kid. Also, you don't really see a 5'6", 150-pound build pitcher these days anymore.
No, you really don't. And some would say it's a lost art.
I'd say so. Same height as Birdie Cree.
Oh, okay. All right, great.
Throw back to earlier in the podcast.
Great callback.
Yeah.
All right, you're 2 for your last 2 here, and I'm struggling right now. So
scores.
Go ahead.
I've been keeping tabs. We got 6-5 right now. So
okay, close game. You've come back.
Game.
All right, close game.
Anyone's game. Yeah, but you got the lot. You just missed one. Yeah, you missed High Top Howard. All right, your next player, we got Magnum Brass.
Magnum Stone. Brass is not. Brass is just like a good name. I could see in like today's game too. Magnum. We do have there's this outfielder for the Pirates right now named Jake Mangum. Magnum Brass. That sounds like a ball player. Is he real? I'm going real.
You going real? Mm-hmm. Magnum Brass is fake. He's not real.
I've gone cold. I have no feel for it.
I know. You've lost the feel.
I lost the touch.
You read Noodles Hahn, you read Brickyard Kennedy, Birdie Cree, Big George Shuffle Putty, you had Spec Harkness.
I'm really mixing these up now. I'm lost down the stretch here.
You know, to be honest, you getting Spec Harkness, I thought you thought that was going to be fake for sure, but that was wrong. But all right, this is my chance to tie it up here.
This is your chance to even it up. Okay. Your next one is Rub Hands.
That sounds so fake, but like that could be real. That's the thing. Rub Hands.
Rub Hands.
Jeez. That better be, if he's real, that better be a pitcher. That's all I'm going to say, but I'm going to go fake. I think Rub Hands is fake. I think it was Hand. I've never heard anyone have the last name Hands. I'm going to go Hand, because I think, Brad Hand, Hand is a real last name. Hands, multiple hands. I think we made that up.
A lot of names have plural last names.
All names are
so you don't think Rub Hands is the real player, huh?
To be fair, all names are made up, so it doesn't really matter.
That's fake. Okay, good counter. Rub Hands is made up though. He's okay. right from the top of the hand. I just thought you would overthink it, and I picked the wrong time to do that because you're on a hot streak, so you're thinking you're right on my wavelength right now. So we're even. It's an even game.
Even game, and we're going into the last 2. Your next player is Orville Overall.
Orville Overall. Overall does not seem right. Orville, yeah, I'm on a seesaw here. I'm back and forth. They're doing a great job just blending in like a not so common name, but not totally out of the box, like Cannonball, and then mixing in with something like Overall. It's like, I'm gonna say fake.
Orville Overall is fake?
Yeah.
All right, well, you better tell that to the former Cincinnati Reds pitcher. Orville Overall. And,
going to my second home too.
Yeah, his win-loss record of 180-71, career ERA of 2.23.
Oh my God, we got a couple studs here, man. You can laugh at these names, but these guys are playing at a high level here. This is professional baseball. Let's remind everyone.
Yeah, Orville Overall pitched really well in 1907. He went 23-7 with 8 shutouts and a 1.68 ERA, and he won a game in the 1907 World Series for the Cubs and got them their first title before Chris Bryant will get the next title for the Cubs. So
Orville Overall, man. Wow. A lot of great Cubbies can't say they won a championship, but Orville Overall is not one of those players.
Yeah,
all right, you're not only you back, you are now in the lead.
No, it's tied at 6. I have a chance to take the lead here.
You have a chance of going into the last round too.
Be huge.
Okay.
I will say, out of all the names I found, I think Orville overall is probably the most fake sounding. I will say that.
Okay,
So,
good. All right, there you go. Get my confidence back up before we get into the last round. I like that. Okay, your next one is Chicken Wolf.
oh my God,
Next
Chicken
one's
Wolf.
Chicken Wolf.
That sounds so. I feel like that's out of the Spencer Tracy book. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go Chicken Wolf. Is fake. I feel like. Ow! I don't know. I don't know actually, because there's been some weird nicknames I saw back in the day. Wolf is a real name. How's Wolf spelled?
Wolf is just spelled like the animal.
Okay, spelled like the animal. That's
W-O-L-F.
fake. It's fake. It's got to be fake. There'd be an E if it was real. So I'm going.
Okay. Chicken Wolf
It's fake.
is played from 1882 to 1892. Real player.
God damn it.
17 and a half career WAR. 1,400 hits. He was an odd cluster of positions. He played right field, first base. So you're probably thinking big, slow power hitter guy. He also played shortstop. So he was in there. He was picking the ball. He was whipping it around the diamond too, throwing it to probably guys with bare hands back then, playing from 1882. Just getting those calluses going. But yeah, Chicken Wolf, real player. Real player.
Wow, that's the last person I thought would be real. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Chicken was I'm surprised the Wolf one, not finishing with an E. That is good though. That's good. I know there's some athletes last name Wolf that ended with that E. You really think about every word here. This is why you came back right here.
Exactly,
Excellent
but it's
job.
still tied going into the last one.
Tough one. This is it.
Yeah. My final player, kind of a callback to Big Jordy Shuffle Putty. My 10th player is Big Jeff Peffer.
Ooh, Peffer. Is that Peffer?
It's kind of like Brandon Fat. It's a P.
Oh, okay. Fought. Yeah.
Effer. Yeah, Brandon Fought. I should learn how to say his name. Big Jeff Pfeffer. Couldn't find the pronunciation on his name.
Oh.
But.
Couldn't find it when you were looking him up?
I don't know.
Could be. All right. Could be playing some mind games too. Wouldn't be the first time. Peffer. I know those 1900s, late 1800s players love to throw those nicknames into their identity. I'm gonna say that's a real player.
So you think Big Jordy Shuffle Putty is fake, but then Big Jeff Pfeffer is real?
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, you're right.
Yeah.
Big Jeff Pfeffer, man. He
Massive.
made his debut for the Cubs. He might have been on that same World Series team as Orville overall. No, he did not. He missed out on the 1906 World Series when he went to Boston for year 2.
Don't go to Boston.
And went to play for the Boston Dubs. Sorry, I almost said Dobes.
Great
Boston
name.
Dubs. And fun fact, Big Jeff Pfeffer is in the record books. He threw a no-hitter against the Cincinnati Reds on May 8th, 1907. So around 121 or 119 years ago, around the time we're recording this. So
Yeah. So if the next time someone throws a no-hitter on TV and they say this pitcher has just thrown the blank no-hitter in Major League history, just know one of those, whatever number it is, Big Jeff Pfeffer is on that list.
yeah, exactly.
Big Jeff Pfeffer.
And you'll also know that High Church got 9 at-bats in his career during
That's
the month
right.
of August, 1890. Got 3 at-bats in the month of August.
Yeah, so I like this. We're getting some 1900s guys, but also some older guys. Also some guys before their time.
Yeah. All right.
Your last one.
I got to get this right in order to force a tie here.
That's right.
So that's
Force a
all I'm
tie.
playing for.
Your last one here is his name is Stubby Clapp.
I think you're pulling from Will Clapp here, man. Also, I feel like this could be a Spencer Tracy masterclass here, pulling Will Clapp. Throwing some Stubby Clapp action. That's what I'm thinking right now. But I'm going against the grain. I'm in the silo. I'm going against the grain. I'm going Stubby Clapp is real. He played for the Boston Dubs alongside Big Jeff Pfeffer back in the day. Tell me the correct answer.
Stubby Clapp did not play for the Boston Dubs, but he did play for the St. Louis Cardinals in 2001.
2001?
Yeah. It's a recent guy. Still walking the streets now. Second baseman, a left fielder, and also a pinch hitter. Didn't know that was a specific position, but it makes sense. He only played in 25 career games.
Okay.
He played in 25 career games. He had 1 career RBI and 5 hits.
Okay.
And that was it for him. Yeah, just one season in 2001. He made his debut at 28 years old,
Okay.
and he was just like, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm gonna go do something else, or the league decided that for him. I don't know, but Stubby Clapp. I hope we run into each other one day, and we don't even know it.
I hope so
But
too.
Stubby Clapp, real player. So we end on a tie. Let's put a pin in it. We'll save it for next time because we still got some fantasy stuff to dig into. What a back and forth. That was great. That was great.
I also want to give a shout out to Dead Birthday.
Okay, yeah. Man, I really wish. What was his name? Putty? Big Jordy Shuffle Putty. Shout out to him, man. Him and Dead Birthday are turning two for the Boston Dubs, man. Shuffle Putty was good. High Top Howard was just clean, clean. High Top. Even though it wasn't. Well, he wasn't real, right? Yeah, he wasn't real. I thought he was.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. I loved High Top Howard as well. Excellent job on your part.
Thank you.
But round two will happen sometime later. All right, let's take a quick break and then we will dig into some fantasy stuff. All right, welcome back. We are going to finish off the episode here with Aaron. We're going to go over best picks of the NFL draft, the worst picks, or the most questionable picks. Maybe we should get categories as that, questionable, because really have no idea what these guys are going to do.
Exactly.
Right? We have no idea. And then we'll probably mix in some fantasy value, how these players that were picked impact fantasy, whether dynasty or redraft. We'll specify when we get to that. But as dynasty guys, we'll probably more lean towards that. But we'll mix that in as well. All right, let's start with best picks. I'm gonna lead off. I let you lead off in the other one. I'm gonna lead off. Best picks for me. I have the New York Jets.
Oh, David Bailey.
I really like their first round. They've got. I think I see their vision a little bit clearer. Right, total mess. Like people have questions about the coach. It's a whole other discussion. It's not really has anything to do with the draft. But you go get my guy out of Stanford, David Bailey, who transferred to Texas Tech. So that's why I say he's from Texas Tech. But homegrown from the tall trees of Palo Alto.
Yeah.
Then they got Omar Cooper. Omar Cooper Jr., the wide receiver out of Indiana. And then a guy who just totally took over the headlines of the combine, Kenyon Sadiq, running just a crazy athletic, super fast. I think he was the fastest tight end on the deadline. Don't quote me on that, but he stood out. He was a tight end out of Oregon, and there's some questions about his blocking and being able to be an every down tight end, but the skill set and the potential are very exciting, right? Because that's the big thing. Like Kyle Pitts, very athletic, but yeah, taken in the first round. All three guys were taken in the first round. I just like how they didn't force it. They didn't go after. I know Ty Simpson went earlier than people had predicted, and the quarterback draft wasn't super attractive, but I think they're kind of starting to build around the quarterback position, and then when it comes time, they'll drop one in and give it the best opportunities for success instead of just getting a Zach Wilson and just kind of throwing him in there and be like, hey, just figure it out by playing with just guys that aren't going to be on this team in 2 years. So that's what I kind of got from their draft. So they got more picks next year, so they're really building for the future. And they still got some good pieces on their team. Like they got Breece Hall, they got Garrett Wilson too. So they're just kind of adding some younger stars to their already this core that they really like.
Okay. Yeah, I really love their draft too. But the only thing I say is that it probably won't work out because they're the Jets no matter what happens.
Yeah, that crossed my mind. I was like, you know what? Everything I just wrote, all this research, could just get thrown out the window because things don't work for them.
All right, so my best picks, I went with the Cowboys at the 111 spot, Caleb Downs. Absolutely love that pick for them. He's kind of like in college, he was kind of like a Swiss Army knife type player. He can kind of play like a linebacker. He can cover like a corner. He can play safety. Like he was really the full package. He can do it all. And one of the biggest needs that the Cowboys had last year, defense. They got 450 yards to Russell Wilson, last year. And Malik Neighbors on my dynasty team that week, so I was the 1 week he was good, so that was awesome. Anyways, And Caleb Downs apparently is already turning heads at Cowboys camp. You know, he's probably one of the best players in the draft in my eyes. He fell a little bit. Don't remember why he fell, to be honest with you, but he did. He fell, and Jerry Jones got his hands on him. And I like what the Cowboys did this year. Can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm going Caleb Downs. He's a hybrid linebacker, safety, corner. He can do it all. You can throw him in anywhere on the defense, and I think he'll play well. So Caleb Downs, man, I think it's a great pick. It's exactly what the Cowboys need. I think he's a great player. I think he'll fit perfectly there.
Yeah, probably captain that defense and fill in any holes that Michael Parsons kind of left. Pick 43 overall, the 11th pick in the second round by the Miami Dolphins. They selected linebacker out of Texas Tech, Jacob Rodriguez. It fits the Dolphins great because it's a great starter. He originally signed with Virginia, the university, to play quarterback before transferring to Texas Tech as a linebacker.
Wow.
So he knows how the quarterback thinks. He knows the process of the offense, and that gives him this like field general archetype as a linebacker, and he kind of does it all. He's fast. He's a little bit smaller. He's 6'1", 231, so he's not like this super big, taking up space kind of linebackers you see now. But high motor, really great IQ. He can drop back in coverage, and again, he knows where he kind of has a feel for where the quarterback's trying to go for looks. He's also a great peanut puncher. As Niner fans, we love a good Fred Warner peanut punch. He led FBS in 7 forced fumbles, which again I think would have worked great with Fred Warner. But I just really like the pick. Great value in the second round too. The Dolphins get a starting linebacker who, you know, as a floor, maybe he's just, you know, an athletic linebacker that you throw in as a depth piece. But if not, he could be a really valuable linebacker for the Dolphins going forward.
Well said. You know, that's someone I didn't really have my eye on, but, you know, hearing about that, you know, that's got me hyped for him now, you know. I didn't know he was a quarterback at all.
Yeah, neither did I. This is why you do research,
Exactly.
people. This is why you do research. You learn something.
My next pick, I'm staying in the first round for this one. You know, I like how you're going into the second round there, but I was looking at value and just talent. I think this is probably the best, in my eyes, like talent per where he's projected versus where he actually ended up. I'm going the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 115. I'm going Reuben Bain Jr., man.
Yeah.
At any point, if you saw him play during college, he looked like the best player on the field, like at any time. He was absolutely destroying offensive linemen, strong, athletic, quick, physical, takes all the tools you want on the defensive side of the ball. And the thing about Reuben Bain is he fell because of his short arms or whatever, that's what they said. I don't think that's going to matter. I think he's strong. I think that's going to be like a situation where, I forget what quarterback, I think they said Joe Burrow's hands are too small, right? There was something like that.
It's probably, yeah, there's some quarterback, yeah.
So,
like
I don't know. I don't really buy into that stuff right now. I'm more of a film guy more than like, oh, his arms are 3 inches too short. He's not going to be good. I absolutely love what I saw Reuben Bain. I think he's playing great immediately from what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat writers were saying in minicamp. So do with that what you will. I'm going Reuben Bain. I think this is a great pick for them. Great value. Get him at the 115. I didn't even think he would be on the board by the time the Buccaneers came up to pick. Will he actually translate to making the Buccaneers better this season? I don't know. They kind of gave up on Todd Bowles in my eyes last year. Maybe that's not what happened, but they kind of just fell off a cliff at the end of the year. I don't know if Reuben Bain will fix that, but he'll definitely be something to build around for the future in Tampa Bay. So Reuben Bain Jr. is one of the best picks in the draft.
Yeah, just flat, great pick, but overall, like one of the better picks in the draft. I also went with a guy that I watched a lot of, and not too many people watched this team in college, the Stanford Cardinal.
Okay.
Their tight end, Sam Roush, went in the third round, fourth pick in the third round to the Chicago Bears. And the reason I like this pick is personnel. We see what was the biggest storyline in personnel last year? It was the 2 tight end personnel, right? Mm-hmm. Everyone was going to this bulk, like build up the line, you know, get the defense into a 4-3, only get 4 DBs back there. The Rams did this very well, and then use that as a play action. Get Colby Parkinson involved, get Devontae and Puka going downfield, putting pressure on those limited DBs you have back there. Really sell the run, and really try and use the arm strength and the accuracy downfield that Matthew Stafford brings. I think a lot of teams went to that. Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson were kind of implementing that as well, with how good they ran the ball too, making Kyle Monangai look like a superstar. And with Cole Kmet and Colson Loveland already looking like a star, you have 2 really good tight ends. You throw Sam Roush in there, who's a really great blocker, very smart player, and you can really sell the run even more. Plus, he was the tight end 1, obviously, at Stanford, and probably their biggest target. He had some dropping issues, but if you use him mainly as a blocker, and then you have the option to run him out onto some routes, I think you've got three tight ends that can run legit routes and get open, which is just such a headache for all these defenses to put guys and cover up a guy like Cole Kmet, Colson Loveland, who's a star, and Sam Roush. It's going to take maybe some development, maybe a couple games or, a season, but the value that they got him in the third round and how he can fit into the offense, I think is a great value pick for the Chicago Bears.
All right, I like that you said that. Roush, is kind of an interesting pick because they already had, Kmet and Loveland, like you said. But yeah, exactly. But that's my philosophy. Is you always take best available, over like need, So I absolutely love that pick for them. I think he'd be great blocking wise. I don't think if you're a fantasy guy, I don't think he'll be good for you at all. But if you're a hardcore Bears football guy, you love 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I think that's a great pick for you. I think you're excited about that one.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Take care of my Sam.
Exactly. All right, I'm gonna have an honorable mention. I'll do that after my pick because I'll explain that in a bit. But my next best pick, I'm also going to Chicago Bears. But I like how you switched it up because I stuck in the first round. I'm a first round guy. But I'm going with Dylan Thieneman, Chicago Bears, 425. Another guy that fell a little bit. But I've seen this guy's tape at Oregon. He looks amazing. He's a ball hawk. He's physical. He can cover people. And he fell. He fell all the way. People were expecting him to go in like the mid 10s, but he fell all the way to 25. So, fell in the draft. The Bears, they needed a safety. They grabbed him. He's some guy that's going to start day one, and I think he has the talent to. I mean, he looked great. He played in a very, very tough conference, and he played well. He looked good against a lot of the top receiving talent. Plays the field well. I just really like his intangibles, and I think he's going to be a great player, and I think he's going to be an impact player day one. Dylan Thieneman to the Bears, I think it was a great value. That's kind of what I valued on my picks on the first round. Kind of people that fell, like what were you expected to get? What did you get? You got Thieneman. I think it's a great pick for the Bears.
Yeah, a team that really struggled defensively too. They needed someone in that secondary to help out. Great pick, Thieneman. All right, that's it for me. Do you want to do your honorable mention?
Would love to do my honorable mention. So
yeah.
This honorable mention is not in the first round, which is actually why I didn't write it down, but you going out of the first round really inspired me to bring this up as a talking point.
Okay, good,
yeah. I was like, because I'm going in the fourth round here. It's the fourth round pick. I'm like, I was like, I can't justify this as the best pick in the draft. So I was like, as much as I want to talk about that, but I'm gonna say, let's just say this is an underrated guy to keep your eye on because I'm gonna go the Bills pick in the fourth round. I didn't write the number down because I didn't expect to talk about him, but it's okay. I'm going to go Skylar Bell, wide receiver from UConn. And are you familiar with Skylar Bell?
I know he's a popular pick, and a wide receiver the Bills take in that weak room is definitely something to keep an eye on, yeah.
Keep an eye on. Basically, if he was at UConn last year, I don't know if he was at UConn his whole career, but his last year's where I heard of him. As I was writing for the Mercury News, I was covering Spartans. Danny Scudero, had to mention Danny Scudero on the rewind for the one time, And then basically he led the nation in receiving yards, but then there was one guy that was up there with him the entire year, kind of competing back and forth. I think finished within 10 or like 16 yards, something close. That guy was Skylar Bell at UConn. I think he ended up being second in the nation in receiving yards. He's a very clean route runner, great hands. I think he's going to be a sneaky pick for the Bills. I really liked him coming into the draft. I was excited to see what team took him. The Bills took him in the fourth round. He was numbers-wise, at least, just purely yardage-wise, one of the best receivers in the nation. So, that being said, I like Skylar Bell. Keep an eye on him. I'm not sure about his fantasy impact immediately, but I think he's some guy to keep an eye on because they have a few wide receivers ahead of him. But he could potentially break in because I looked it up. But he is, I think, probably like the fourth receiver on that depth chart. He could easily break in to be like a slot receiver. So keep your eye on Skylar Bell. I think it's a great pick for the Bills, especially working with Josh Allen. I think that would help out a lot. Yeah, the only guy
on that sneaky quiet UConn team that was really good.
Exactly. Yeah, like he's behind DJ Moore, obviously, and Joshua Palmer, Khalil Shakir. He can sneak in between those two.
Totally. I'm not a DJ Moore believer.
I'm not a DJ Moore.
All right. Well, that's great. Maybe I'm gonna take Skylar Bell then. If I think he can crack DJ Moore.
No, I was saying he could maybe work in between Joshua Palmer and Khalil Shakir, Mountain West guy.
Yeah.
Khalil Shakir, Boise State. But yeah, Skylar Bell, keep your eye on him.
Good pick. All right, my worst pick. I'm gonna join you in the first round here.
Okay.
There were a lot of great picks in the first round. My worst pick.
Fernando Mendoza, isn't it?
is no, it's not Mendoza, and it's not Ty Simpson either.
Okay.
It's the 18th overall pick, Caleb Banks, for the Minnesota Vikings, who I didn't know anything about when he was selected, but kind of hearing people talk about the draft, his name came up a few times. So maybe I'm picking off the same tree as others, but I totally see why people were questioning this pick. First off, coming into the draft, coming into in like 2024 and beginning of last season, he was valued as like a top defensive tackle, like maybe even a top 10 pick.
Mm-hmm.
He's 6'6", 327 pounds, big
Okay.
dude. He broke his foot twice
Mm-hmm.
since 2024. Played in 3 games last year. The concern for me is if you're that big of a dude, like clearly you're very good at run stopping. You can like the pros where he can absorb blockers and still make a tackle and keep his eyes on where the run game is going, which is obviously very useful. But I don't know if you're breaking your foot that many times with his build is a little worrisome. Like that's a lot. That's a lot of pressure, and you're gonna have more bigger guys. People on the line are falling on each other. That's how linemen are injuring their knees, and it's just it all just kind of happens in like a dog pile on a run or something. So the injury is just a little worrisome, and given where some of the talent kind of fell, like you mentioned, there's a lot of guys that fell in this first round, and even in the later rounds. Like who knows if he would have fallen, you could have taken someone and then maybe traded into the first round if you really liked him. But so that's just a concern with the injury history. So that's mine. Caleb Banks could be an absolute animal. It's just the ankle injury. I believe it's the same foot too, twice, and it cost him almost most of his 2025. Plus ESPN, his comp was Javon Kinlaw. As Niner fans, we know how that panned out.
It's not a great
But
comp.
so yeah, just a concern.
Yeah, well, my worst picks are most questionable picks, as you want to say, because we don't know. Caleb Banks could be an absolute demon, and his foot could be magically healed. We don't know. I also put Caleb Banks down. I'm not going to waste too much time talking about it, but exact same concerns as you, especially someone of his size. Having a foot injury is not good. Not a football comp, but Yao Ming saw his career kind of end because of the same thing, kind of foot injuries there. Talking about too much, but most questionable pick, Ty Simpson. Not for the reasons that immediately that we've talked about, like Ty Simpson. Like I don't think Ty Simpson is necessarily a bad player by any means. I just think for the Rams, it's a little confusing right now. A team that was like one special teams fumble away from being a Super Bowl champion, because I think they would have absolutely smoked the Patriots in the Super Bowl as well. So for you to just go quarterback and not build on a team that can have an immediate impact, like right away, like Ruben Bain was there, still like they could have got someone to help out. Like even Mekhi Lemon was a guy that they were talking about a lot too. They didn't really need like an edge or a receiver, but one of those guys could have really helped, because make them even better like immediately. But Ty Simpson, the guy's not going to play for a couple years at least, right? Like obviously, like this could really work out in the future. Like if Ty Simpson comes in, learns under Stafford for 2 years, and becomes like Aaron Rodgers, leads the Rams to another Super Bowl, like then we won't be talking about this pick like that. But as of right now, just throw some questions in the mix of like, okay, like you were so close to a Super Bowl, and you're gonna pick a quarterback who's not gonna play for however many years, and that was your one opportunity to pick that high, because they got that pick in the trade with the Falcons. So it's not like they were actually that bad. So I guess it makes sense.
Right.
If you get a good quarterback that high up, because you don't plan on picking that high up again. Might as well grab a quarterback now, let him sit. Kind of makes sense, but there is talks that Ty Simpson would be a late first or even going in the second round. So the fact that he got picked there was a little surprising. But like I said, it could totally work out if Ty Simpson plays fantastic in 2 years. But just for right now, I think that's one of the more questionable picks outside of Caleb Banks in my eyes.
It's a short list of names of teams that have drafted a quarterback in the first round after their starting quarterback won an MVP. It's a short list. I don't know who's on the list, if there's any, but it's a short list. And I get, like, especially like you mentioned, I really thought they were going to go wide receiver. Mekhi Lemon was mocked to them for all the reasons you just mentioned. Like, this is a win now mode. You have an MVP quarterback at playing some of his best football, right? Just won an MVP at 38 years old. I don't know if he has one more year or 2 more years maybe even 3 more. I don't know if he's got the Brady in him, but he's clearly playing at a high level. He does have some injury concern, but yeah, like I feel like with everything that's going on with Puka in the offseason, you do have Devonte Adams who missed some games, understandably, given he's kind of at the tail end of his career. And then after that, it's like Jordan Whittington. Like you could really use some like a Mekhi Lemon, a guy that can just fill in if Puka and Adams or Adams isn't there, and that could really help your 38-year-old quarterback. So yeah, I totally agree with everything you said. Very interesting pick. Do you have any more worst picks, or you want to go to fantasy value and then
Let's
wrap
go to
this
fantasy
up?
value.
Let's go to fantasy value. All right, my top one is a riser. So this could either be risers or droppers, like people we liked going into the draft, and then given where they fell to the team, now their stock is a little bit lower. For me, Jordan Tyson going to the St. Louis Saints, New Orleans Saints is a great value pick. I really like him. Some people have him as the number one wide receiver in this class. Some people have him at 3 behind Carnell Tate and Mekhi Lemon. But I think him going into this offense and this team that is just ready to take off with Kellen Moore at the wheel, and they really like Tyler Shaw or Shuck. Is it Shuck?
I think it's Shug. I don't know.
Shug?
It's Shuck. I don't know.
Shuck?
I'm sorry. I
All
really
right.
shouldn't.
You know what I'm talking about. There's only one. Yeah. There's only one quarterback in that room for the Saints that starts with SH. All right, Tyler Shuck, and this is a pass heavy offense, right? This is Kellen Moore. This is the team that really loves to just throw the ball downfield. Chris Olave really got a connection with them, but he's got that injury history, and I know Tyson has a little bit too. But someday I think there's gonna be a handful of games next season where Jordan Tyson is gonna be the number one wide receiver because of Chris Olave's injuries and his speed. And I think it's becoming really common for wide receivers to get active behind the line of scrimmage and to be, get creative with screen passes and get the ball out of Shuck's hands and give it to a really elusive, athletic speedster like Tyson. And that's going to be great fantasy value too, because those, especially PPR, I think that he's going to get involved easily, and right alongside with Chris Olave. I think he's going to fit in well.
I guess I'll just run through my risers real quick then. I'll just give a couple notes with that. I got three. I got 3 of them. So first, shout out to your dynasty team. I got Carnell Tate. I think it's an absolute riser. I love his value here. He's going to be the number one wide receiver in Tennessee. How good that's going to be, though, I don't know. But, hey, the best thing about fantasy football, what you look for, is a guy that's actually going to be on the field. And Carnell Tate's going to be on the field. He's going to get opportunities to catch that ball a lot. He's going to be the guy in Tennessee. Absolutely love it. And then next guy I got Jadarian Price, Seahawks. I think his value went up a lot because he's going to be the guy starting the season. Zach Charbonnet's not going to be there. So at least in the beginning of the year, like, you might be a guy, like if you're in a redraft league or even a dynasty league, like, hey, take him. He's a guy that could potentially crack your starting fantasy lineup week 1. I think that's an interesting look. Obviously, Sharps is going to come back, and they love doing the dual running back system, and just, there's all the Kenneth Walker, like, people, know that from last year about Charbonnet stealing all his red zone touches. They like Charbonnet a lot there, more so than Kenneth Walker, as they should, because they let Kenneth Walker go to Kansas City. So when Charbonnet comes back, Jadarian Price's value is hurt a little bit, but as of right now, I think he's a great pickup if you want some immediate impact. And you're going to have to blur this one out for people in our Dynasty League, the one that we're both in. But this is a lower one. I think he was picked in the 3rd round. Yes, he was picked in the 3rd round. I'm going Antonio Williams with the Washington.
Yeah, I like him a lot too.
You're already on him. Yeah, the thing is,
I'm already on him. Yeah.
Whatever I said about Carnell Tate, put that for Antonio Williams. He's projected to be like the 3rd wide receiver in Washington in the slot, I believe. He's going to be getting some looks. They don't have a lot of competition outside of Terry McLaurin in the wide receiver room. So Antonio Williams, keep an eye out on him. I think his fantasy value went up, and I'm hoping he's going to be there in the 4th round of our dynasty draft, which I don't know if he will, because I don't have a 3rd round pick, and I have a 2nd. But is he worth that? I don't know. Maybe I'll be a Kyle Shanahan and just pick him in the 2nd. Just for no reason. But I'm going to Antonio Williams.
Yeah, the other thing to mention about Jadarian Price is a new OC, a new offensive coordinator, right? Kubiak left, so maybe this new OC likes just a one running back guy. He doesn't like a committee like a Sean Payton or Kubiak. So that could also play into it as well, especially since towards the end of the year we saw JSN's explosiveness, not like as a player, but just as a fantasy, numbers week by week, kind of dip a little bit. Like he went like nuclear, like he was record setting through like the first couple months of the season, and then he kind of took a little bit of a step back. So maybe that means they involve the run game. So who knows? But yeah, definitely Darion Price is a name to watch out for. One of my sinkers in the draft, or guys who went down, for me it was anyone drafted by the Browns. I thought Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston were arguably like first rounders in all rookie drafts, and some really really good talent at wide receiver. Denzel Boston, elite route runner, very good at getting separation. Not going to blow by you, but his route running skills, almost like a Ricky Pearsall. That might not be a great comparison, but that's kind of like Pearsall's not going to blow by you on like a streak route, but he's going to get open, faking in and going out on an out route. Denzel Boston's like that, and to pair with that, he's got great hands to go up and get a football. And Casey Concepcion, very elite, very versatile, elusive. I just don't know who's throwing them the football.
Yeah.
Is it one of the 3 quarterbacks they took in last year's draft? Is it Pro Bowler Shadur Sanders? It's probably not Taylor Green, and it might be Deshaun Watson, who I just don't want to rely on him getting those guys targets. So I'm not really interested in those guys anymore, fantasy wise, and for that reason, like I was told one of the best advice I got about fantasy is just pick guys on good teams. Period. Guys on good teams will perform for you, right? Like, think of the best play, like Puka, like JSN was one of the better players last year. He won the Super Bowl. Drake May won the Super Bowl. Good team. Christian McCaffrey won this. Like, Derrick Henry's always on a competitive team. Like, guys on good teams play well. I just don't think the Browns are going to be that great, and they're in a pretty solid division. So, those guys are question marks.
Yeah, so I guess the people that sung for me, I'll get them out the way right now. One, I'm gonna go Jeremiah Love. Unfortunately for the Cardinals, I think here's the thing though, Jeremiah Love in a dynasty, if you're doing like a full dynasty, I feel like there's still potential there. I'd still snag him if you have the opportunity to, but I think this is
like if you had the number 1 pick in your dynasty draft, you would recommend taking Jeremiah Love.
I'd say so. Yeah, I think so. Maybe. But what I will say is, it's not a slam dunk before it's like, okay, you have to take Jeremiah Love. Now you don't have to, but I feel like there's a risk if you pass up on him. But I do think the value's down now because, one, he doesn't have a great offensive line. 2, he's got like probably Carson Beck or Gardner Minshew at Gardner Minshew at quarterback. I mean, who knows if Brissett's going to play? He's like holding out now, which that's if you're the Cardinals, that's a bad look. You have Jacoby Brissett in like his 12th year holding out and refusing to play for your team until you give him a bigger contract. Anyways. But yeah, so also he's got Tyler Algier. I mean, James Conner's injured. He's probably not going to do much for them. But I feel like they got a big running back room in the offense line. I think we're going to see like a Genty situation where year 1, Jeremiah Love might not be super impactful. But maybe year 2 we can see because the Raiders built up their O-line. Maybe Genty will do a little better this year. I mean, it's not like he was horrible last year, but I think he didn't play up to expectations. But I think we're going to see something similar to Jeremiah Love this year. But if you have a dynasty, feel free to take him high. But if you are redraft, I would be cautious. I don't think this year. Maybe next year. Maybe get Jeremiah Love in 2027.
Right.
Next one, I got Omar Cooper Jr. Nothing against him. He's got Geno Smith throwing him the ball, and he plays for the Jets. That's really the only reason. Like you said, pick guys in good teams. It's complete opposite of the Jets right now. I did like their draft, like you said, but I love Omar Cooper. Made that great catch that he had in Indiana was fantastic. He's on the Jets. Similar with my next pick, I had Denzel Boston. Everything you said about the Browns, just reiterate that. And not only that, he wasn't the only wide receiver they took. I feel like people are talking about Denzel Boston as like a first-round guy. He went in the second round, got picked behind Concepcion, so I imagine they're going to run the offense through Concepcion before they look to Denzel Boston. So that's why I picked Denzel Boston specifically. But I like that. I'm going to say it's also he's on the Browns. Who's throwing the football? Yeah. You already said that. Same thing with Omar Cooper. And really Jeremiah Love, too. Jeremiah Love's on a good team.
Yeah.
So really, that's why that I picked those 3 guys.
All simple points we're banking on. Just bad teams, good offensive prospects go on bad teams, and their production is a question, or it's an Ashton Genty repeat. For backstory, Aaron has the number 1 pick in our dynasty draft. That's why I asked him if he had the number 1 pick, would he take Jeremiah Love in dynasty? Probably looking like that. We'll find out in August or whenever our draft is in a couple months. And then also last year he took Ashton Genty in with what? You're like 3rd overall, 2nd overall pick or something?
1st overall pick. We do a draft lottery, so I was not the worst team back-to-back years. I just want that to be known.
Right. He just somehow knew the commissioner and got both first overall picks.
On bribe.
Yep. Yeah. So there's something to look into in the Crackhead Dynasty League, but well, that's a whole other conversation. I think my last dropper is Jonah Coleman, Denzel Boston's teammate out of Washington, and a really fun prospect. I think when we talked about running back prospects or just overall people more into fantasy than us that are just getting paid for this stuff, they loved obviously Jeremiah Love, and they thought the rest of the running backs kind of fell off a bit. I thought Jonah Coleman was good, kind of a Swiss Army knife, can kind of do it all, pass catcher, but also like a 3-down back. But his landing spot in Denver is questioning, right? They re-signed J.K. Dobbins. They bring J.K. Dobbins back, and they already spent a pick on R.J. Harvey, who showed a lot of flashes of being a capable RB1. And so you bring another promising running back that could really produce on that offense with Bo Nix in the backfield. And now you've got like 3 running backs. There's only 1 ball out there. Yeah. So it's gonna be really interesting. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna worry about it unless he falls really far. So that's one guy that I read flagged as well.
Well said. I think that running back room was a little questionable with J.K. Dobbins coming back. I had R.J. Harvey on my team last year. He played good at the end of the year. That's only because J.K. was out and they really just fed him the ball. But I'm not fully convinced on R.J. Harvey taking the next step. I think he's a great player. I think he could. I think the thing that hurts him is Sean Payton and the running back room. So I agree with
the coaches, right? All right, that's pretty much all the fantasy guys I've got. You got anything else?
No, that's all I got.
You went through them all. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for episode 35 with Aaron, Marcus, Simeon, Johnson. Thank you so much for joining the show, man. It was a blast. We ran through some awesome names. And hopefully we helped your fantasy team out too come draft season. Be sure to follow The Rewind on Instagram. That's the best way to keep up with content and when episodes drop at @TheRewind_pod. You can listen to us on Amazon Music or Spotify at The Rewind Podcast with Spencer Tracy. Also check us out on YouTube if you want to see our beautiful faces while you listen to us talk about silly names in the 1900s. At The Rewind 3, the number 3, or at The Rewind Podcast with Spencer Tracy. Aaron, it was awesome having you on. We'll definitely have you on again. It was super fun, man.
All right, thank you for having me on. It was a great time, and we're gonna have to settle the tiebreaker in the 1900s baseball thing at some point.
Absolutely, we'll bring that segment back for sure and get the tiebreaker. Thank you all for listening, and